Hello. Good kitty. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm just. I just trying to share how how beautiful this snow is. So there's a kitty. There's a kitty, and there's some snowfall. Something to think about, other than this narcissist. Have you guys been watching the? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That was. It reminds me. Understatement of the century. After the State of the Union, not the State of the Union, Trump's inauguration speech, George W. apparently said, "That was weird." Yeah. Yeah, it is. But anyway, hello, hello. Oh yeah, the my goodness, the stuff he's spouting is just so undignified and kind of scary. So we should probably look at something like that to see. I think we're actually. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry if I'm being kind of scattered here. I'm just. I'm speechless. Okay, I watched that whole. This is how delicacy dies with thunderous applause. Helen Noren Wheels? Oh, probably. I don't know. But I couldn't see her name, sorry, properly. But I was actually thinking the line, "This is how democracy dies with thunderous applause." I was literally thinking that while I was trying to. Oh, big stretch. Oh, and lots of snowflakes. Lots of snowflakes. Yes, good boy. So this is Boo Boo. This is Boo Boo's and Kitty. This is Bailey Boo. Bailey is his real name. Bailey. He was named after the street he was found on. And I have a clock that hangs on the wall, and it's supposedly like a clockmaker, but it says Bailey Street. So I had to have it. So anyway, I know I'm scattered. Oh. Why am I running a live stream when I am so floored, so beyond? Wow. So I'm just gonna do some readings. So, and I think for a while we're probably going to have to keep checking in on the Orange Fuhrer, because I am so concerned. Concerned's a good word. Trump check in. That's where I'm starting, and I'm just going to use the regular Rider Waite, and I'll hold the cards up so you guys can watch the snow. Yeah, the gloating, the vendetta, yeah. Yep. So I'm just going to use Old Faithful here, and I'll hold the cards up so you guys can watch the snow, which is a whole. He's gone off the rails completely. Exactly. The bonds. Exactly. GM Dave. Yeah, that little video GIF thing about him being president for life. He did seem exceptionally stuffy at the breakfast, and when he first walked in, his Clotho. Oh, sure. Adam Schiff. How about safety of Democratic leaders? And I'll throw specific cards on different people. Safety of Democratic leaders. All right, everybody, welcome to the 401st meeting of the Resistance, or one of the Resistance channels. Do the Republicans realize they made a big mistake? That's a good question, Cappy's mom. All right, so I'm going to read on the Orange Fuhrer himself, just how bad is this. I'm so sorry. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yeah, but we should feel fine. We really should, because it's going to be okay. It really is. If there is one thing, there are three things in this universe that are just, you cannot escape: death, taxes, and change. So we're going to be okay, and we're headed into Pluto in 2024. Remember this, and it on one hand is maybe a little scary, but on the other hand, it gives me hope. In 2024, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius. What that does, Pluto enters a new sign, and it starts plowing through that like it's a field. And anything that isn't really strong and powerful and established, it just upends so that new growth can start, so better things can happen. And when over the course of the however many years it's in a sign, because it has an elliptical orbit, it's not circular, so it changes, it varies. During the time it's there, it will find the biggest, ugliest rocks it can find, and it will kick them up. And in 1939, Pluto entered Leo. And it said, who's the ugliest, what is the ugliest, nastiest rock here? Who would be the ugliest, most brutal king/dictator? Oh, hi Adolf, how you doing? Okay, but I understand 2024 is too long to wait, but hear me out. And it's sometimes it kind of goes with whatever that, because when Pluto entered Leo, it was kicking up Hitler. Pluto entered Cancer in 1913, something like that. And Cancer, which is home and family, and the children, the young men who coming up who still had a very wrong idea that war was somehow a rite of passage. And Pluto said, let's revisit this, shall we? And just plowed straight through that field, and it was hard, but it changed things for the better in some respects. There are things we wouldn't have now, even real knowledge and acceptance of PTSD. So when Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008, Capricorn is all about status, and I always joke that in earth signs, Taurus grows it, Virgo crafts it, Capricorn makes it expensive. And so it rules skyscrapers, it rules Wall Street and bankers and, Mr. Moneybags and all this kind of thing. And Pluto went into Capricorn, it hit Capricorn in 2008, and what happened? The housing market just went kaplooey because it was built on lies. And so Pluto is not, it's not pleasant, okay? But it's necessary so that the things don't fester. If it wasn't kicking things up, we could end up with Hitlers all over the world, but, or, one or two Hitlers fighting for permanent dominance. But Pluto went in there and it said, oh, okay, let's have a real good look at this. Let's bring everything up. Cancer can also be patriotism, racism, clannishness, nationalism. Why, baby? Exactly. Exactly. So in 2024, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius. Aquarius rules, it's the egalitarian side. It's the water bearer, and it's some for you, and it goes down the line. It's the humanitarian. It's not always as personable as some people might like, just because it's an equal measure for everybody, and people come back and they want, well, I want more. But no, it's an equal measure. It's equal. It's egalitarianism. It's also technology, and so you take those two themes, and you say, all right, well, in 2024, when Pluto hits Aquarius, it's going to take whatever in those themes is weak, and it's going to just plow right through them. And that's why I am concerned. I don't know this, but I'm just kind of thinking in my head more in the line of expect the best, but have some backup plans for the worst. Hello, Jan, from Australia. Thank you for being here. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius, I am a little bit concerned about a virus. And the thing is why I say virus, why I keep saying that, is because a virus is a is a concept that would fit in either category. Either a virus in people or animals, or a computer virus. So I'm concerned about the internet. I'm concerned about, is there a computer virus that could come along? Is there a bad actor who could come up with viruses in either area? But it's also going to kick up all of our ideas of egalitarianism and our ideals of humanitarianism and equality. And it's going to say, yes, you believe in that. So let's take a really good look, because it's going to plow its way through that field. Pluto's going to plow its way through that field and just kick it all up. And eventually, in the course of however long it's in Aquarius, it is eventually going to find the biggest, ugliest rock it can find and kick that up too. It just does. It's just over the course of it. Just you're going through the field, you're going to find a big, ugly rock, and it's going to kick it up. So, in order for Pluto to be able to really do its job in 2024, you're not going to something that seems stable, something that seems strong. Things have to come to. The strength has to become apparent, so that when Pluto comes in, it can say, okay, let's have a really good look at this. So that's what I sit here and I think someone like, Trump, calling his meeting of the SS Council this morning, it won't. I don't even see it lasting past 2020, let alone 2024. Hello, sweetheart. Oops, no buts. Oh, you are precious. Yes, you are. You are the Bailey. You are the Bailey Boo. You are the Boo Boos and Kitty. Yes, you are. You are the good boy. No, sweet face. But you cannot have any of my cocoa. No, you can't, because that would be bad for kitties. You are precious. All right, so that is Deborah. Bless. Thank you so much. You are so kind. So, as I was saying, that Aquarius has to come to it has to, the power of Aquarius has to become more apparent. And, Pluto is just, this energy right now, it's stale. As much as we think about how scary it is having Trump in office, the energy it feels around Trump, it's in the grand sweep of the coming decade. This energy feels stale. They think they are, also powerful, and it's going to be all dictatorship. Yeah, good luck with that, because it's just it doesn't fit with the astrology. It doesn't fit with. Oh, look at that. The Vice card. Basically, is Trump still talking? Yeah, that would be that. Anyway, so what I was talking about, I'm not as worried. I'm not as worried simply because this energy is stale, and it's vile, and bless Nancy Pelosi. What she was saying about the State of the Union wasn't a State of the Union. It was beneath the dignity of the chamber, and it's like, wow. Keep asking your question. I am about to read on. I'm just having a quick look at your. Somebody was asking a question. Can you do a broad reading on journalists busting a huge story on Trump? Okay, that sounds good. My gut is resonating with that. Have you heard something, or you're just hoping? Journalists busting huge Trump story. Good kitty. Good kitty. You are the good boy. You are the good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so let me throw some cards. And I'm still, for anyone who just came in, I'm keeping the camera high so you can, perhaps the kitty in the snow will help you feel better about things. All right, so first we're checking in on Trump. Huh. Being protected from his energy right now. I can feel that. There's some kind of buffer. Thank you, guides. Thank you very much for that, because who wants that energy? And I'll hold up I'm just doing I feel like I should do a 9-card spread here. Just 3, 3, and 3. And I'll hold up the cards so you can see them. I mean, I go as much, rather than sometimes the actual meaning. Oh, are we buffering? Are we buffering? Okay, we're back. Sometimes I go on the meanings of, like, what I'm feeling rather than the traditional meanings of the cards. The card for the reading I'm getting with Trump is Judgment. Because for all of his, I've been totally acquitted, He's been judged. He's been judged, and he has been found wanting. And he will always be an impeached president. All right, so let me start at the top here. I'm trying to keep the cards safe from the tail of destruction down here. The kitty tail of destruction. That good kitty. Oh, okay. Well, this was what the impeachment was. Whoops, sorry. That's what the impeachment was about. His perfect phone call overseas, and him asking for a personal favor, and then people being upset by it, people knowing that, people with more knowledge of how these things work, people pointing it out. The whistleblower, in this case, he has a lantern, not a whistle, but it's so that goes along with the judgment. So this is the energy around Trump. Okay. Second level. Oh, that SS council meeting in the White House, that was people celebrating his corruption. Just absolutely, just party down. This is Trump as a man. This is Trump. Trump comes up in different forms depending on what part of him we're talking about. Sometimes he's the emperor. This King of Wands is Trump as the man, and when he comes up as King of Pentacles, it's his corruption. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay, I'm telling you. And who knows? The shadow knows. Yes, he does. Okay, but this is that SS meeting today. All right, base of the reading. Oh, and this is the Democrats vowing to fight. I'm just being drawn to how much blue is in this up against the emperor. So that's the resistance. Those are the Democrats fighting back. So, all right. I wanted, I was reading about Trump, and yep, that's Trump. So maybe I should have been more specific. That's the energy around him. So the question is how unhinged, how let's check in just how unhinged he's going to be here, what he wants to happen, because he's not letting it. I can, come on, you don't have to be psychic, but I can feel it. He's not going to let this go. Did you hear him go on at the thing this morning about Jim Comey? I fired that Jim Comey, and I can't remember all he said. It was just so bizarre. It was just so bizarre. So, all right. All right, if the cat's going to stay here, I might have... Well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Squeaker? Oh, do you have dry skin? Do you have winter dry skin? You eat plenty of fish. You should not have dry skin. You eat plenty of fish, precious one. You get lots of healthy fats in your diet. Yes, you do. Precious. Good boy. Oh, you're tired and you're getting cranky. Yes, this time of day, the kitties, you should be sleeping because they get cranky. All right, you gonna go? Don't drink my cocoa. No, that will hurt the kitty. Sorry, guys, this is gonna take just a second. You are precious and you're grumpy. Yes, you are, you're grumpy. Look at that sweet face. Look at that sweet, okay, really, look at that. I guess everybody's gonna look at that sweet face. Oh, okay. All right, sweetie, go get some rest. Go get some rest. These poor people are here for a reading, and it just kitty chaos. He's grumpy. All right, let me move my camera a little bit so you'll be able to see the cards better. How far do I need to turn this? There, oh, there. That's plenty. So yeah, kitty head butt. Goodness, there's a light down here somewhere. You are very precious, good kitten. You are the precious boo-boo kitty. You are the boo-boo zen kitty. Oh, you're very good. You're very grumpy, but you're very good. Now go get some rest. Go get some rest. Go get some rest, good boy. All right, I'm going to put cat mom over there, and I'll put this here, and I'll put that there, and I have a little bit of space now, maybe. Oh, or not. And I'm going to read on Trump. What's the unhinged full thing he's... Oh, I'd rather see the kitty than Connie's saying I'd rather see kitty butt than Trump butt. Oh, truth. Never a greater truth was spoken. Aw, Deanna's saying one of mine is curled up on my lap now. Aw. All right, sweetheart. Sweetheart, it's time for a nap. Time for a nap. He just really wants... Quit it. Quit. You need to sleep. Yes, you do. All right. Let's get the show on the road. Sorry, guys. Alrighty. Just how unhinged is Trump getting here? Okay, I've got to do something here because he's just not going to give up. Sweetheart. Oh, okay, the kitty. He rubbed up against the cards. Sweetheart. All right. I love you. I do, I know, but you're tired and I'm trying to do a reading. You are the good kitty, but I've got to do the reading. I don't know what to even do with this. There, I'll put that over there. How unhinged is Trump going to be? Hi. Okay. This is total cat hijacking. Total cat hijacking. You are adorable. Nobody's going to want to watch this. It's just... But you're so cute, and you're trying to do such a good thing, and you have such good energy. But here, how about if you sit on my lap? Here, how about that? Let's do some, we'll just do a little lap time. How about that? Whoa. You're fine. You're fine. It was just the light. Whoa. Nope, that didn't work. Knocked over the light, and now that made him jump out. Okay. Live stream. Live on camera. And how many people have I lost? I've probably lost hundreds by now of people who just like, I'm not watching this. What is this? This is chaos. All right. Decisions. Trump wanting to make decisions about what happens to people. And you see, he has this way of talking like a mob boss that, but he does it all the time. So even when he doesn't mean anything nefarious, it can come across that way. But sometimes he does mean it in a nefarious way. So, how serious is this decision, the decisions he wants to make about people, about his enemies? In the past, oh yeah, this morning he was just all gloaty. I know that's not a word, but it is now. He was all gloaty this morning about those people and they're awful and I'm so great and it was a perfect phone call and how dare they and I'm squirrel. Center the reading. Yeah, that would pretty much explain it. That's a better summation of that speech SS officer get together this morning. Base of the reading. This is like he went overseas to get information, and he sent Giuliani and all this kind of stuff. But it turned out well for him. And that's the base of this, and that's why he's all gloaty. Hello, everybody. My doggo is curled up at my feet, says Joni. The world is good, absolutely. Texicana gloaty McGloaterson. I love that. Above the reading. Oh, yeah, he thinks he's been vindicated. His energy, he is... I mean, we're sitting out here going, oh my gosh, this is unhinged. This is crazy. And you know, he doesn't see it that way at all. All right, I'm going to see if I can tilt this camera down just a tiny bit more so you can see the cards. Hopefully that will help a little. I'll turn this just a tiny bit. Okay, near future, his gloating, the sheer amount of his I won, total acquittal, I beat them like dogs, those corrupt people, blah, blah, blah. It's going to become a burden for the people who are also trying to run for office and for the other Republican politicians and people. It really, this feels like a heavy burden going into the 2020 election. So it's like, well, you're still a Republican in the Trump party, so. Okay. Home environment donations. He's getting a ton of donations right now. Hopes and fears. He worries about his health every once in a while, right before he then goes and insists on having 2 scoops of ice cream with his apple pie instead of the one that everyone else gets, because he's that petty. And it isn't even like a, you know, someone say, well, I'm that petty, you know, and but they mean it in a way they've said something witty, or they've, you know, pointed out something, a clever turn of phrase, or, you know, neat, it's not a full burn, but it's a neat little, you know, jab, verbal jab or something. And it's like, yeah, I'm that petty. No, he's actually petty. He's, well, health. Yeah. Anyway, hopes and fears. This is what we see. We see Democrats as Democrats. This feels like almost like there's an army coming up, right behind, and slowly moving forward. The Democrats. Oh, look, it's a puppet show. I'd get out my pencil and Mr. Pencil, and to help. Who every blue moon will help with a little puppet show kind of thing, but. I don't know how much I've done it on this channel, and today, after we've had kitty interruption, probably not a good idea. Final outcome. Ooh. All right, this is very strong, which kind of makes sense. It is the World card. It is the culmination. It is the highest major arcana card. This is Democrats and the World card. Now the question is, I want to know more about what does this mean, because this is, you know, if this was a friend, I don't do personal readings, except I certainly don't. There's nothing wrong with doing personal readings for money. I buy them. I have readings done, but why shouldn't I pay for somebody's time, you know, but and talent? But I don't do them myself. I can't handle the constant influx of different energy. Is what I've just finally just accepted. But I do occasionally read for friends. Just, I don't do it for money or anything. I'll read for friends. And if that was a symbol of my friends, you know, the forces aligned against what they're doing, and there was the World card, I'd be like, oh. You might want to batten down the hatches. You might want to worry a little bit. 2 scoops of Adderall. I love you guys. I love you guys. But I want to know more about this, the two of Wands here that came along with that World card and the Queen of Cups. Tell us more about renewed vigor in the, not in Trump, trust me. Thank heavens. In, yeah, thinking about those poor women who were still trying to take him to court. This is, let's see if I can get this on screen. Democrats with the World card. So that's power building for them, for Democrats. And it has to do with his overseas money, the money he has now, the financial corruption. And that, looking into that leads to a serious potential celebration of a democratic celebration. So that's good. That's good. Basically, look at the money. We've kind of been there before, so that's good. But how is he actually, like, do people, do Schiff and Pelosi, I mean, did they need to worry about Barr ordering whatever? Oh, by the way, did you hear Barr sent out a letter to everybody in the Department of Justice and said that no investigation of any politician, political party, political action, or anything like that can be undertaken without his express approval. Wow. Do these leaders need to worry about? No. Thank you so much. 7 Aloha 7, I believe that was. Thank you. Thank you. This is they don't need to worry. He's not going to let it go, though. This is in Trump readings. This card often comes up as what he's done overseas, but if it's really hard to see. But in this card, if you're not familiar with you're not, you don't read tarot, down here, these little tiny ships, just little itty bitty tiny ships down here, but this is a man who's waiting for his ships to come in, and they have. So his ships have come in, and so he's wondering, he created his whatever to sell, got together whatever his thing to sell. He's put it on the ships, they've sent it away, and then people there have taken it to market or what have you. And he's waiting for the ships to come back to see how much gold he made. So, or trades or whatever this is, but this can also be it's also a karmic card. What you sow, so shall ye reap. But this is because it's with the devil card. This is Trump just harping on this, harping and harping and harping. They hurt me. You get punched. You punch back harder. But not only that, but he just doesn't, he's not going to let it go. They hurt me, I'm going to hurt them. They try to take me down, I'm going to take, they haven't given me, oh, and that was the other thing this morning at the SS officer gathering in the East Room or whatever it was. He was saying that the stock market was doing well the year before he took office because everybody knew he was going to win. And then he said, they knew I was going to win. It was Los Angeles Times. I mean, they're no fan of mine, and they said I'm going to win. And he's completely rewritten history in his own mind, and he just continues to do that. So he's not going to let this go. But those are not catastrophe cards. This is just, the Democrats, the powerful Democrats keeping their power. And then this is them still gathering. I get this card for witnesses, people coming in, leaving evidence, walking away. Someone else comes in, leaves evidence, and walks away. There's also an eclipse here. So there's an astrological element as well. So I don't think people need to I don't think he's going to be able to go after them like order a hit or something like that. But he's not going to let this go, and it is going to be a huge burden. Where's that burden card? Wasn't it here? Yeah, it's going to be a huge burden for the other Republicans going into the 2020 election. So, all right, so I've got that, checking in with Trump, and then the general safety of the Democratic leaders. That's the next thing. Will they go after Barr next? Investigate Barr. Well, I'm getting lots of, okay, sure, I'll write that down. Investigate Barr. Yeah, the other question, though, is who? Well, I guess in the House they could. Investigate Barr. I don't think they'd want to make something like that public, though, because unless they have something really compelling, he is sitting pretty. He's in the government. He's sitting pretty. When the Democrats move forward, I read on Nancy Pelosi yesterday, and I got that she's going to come up with, she's going to have an idea. And it's, she's not, they're not going to go after anybody at this point unless they have serious, thank you, Lynn, thank you, unless they have serious evidence to back it up, like serious, like black and white here. And that's why I think they're probably going to go all in on getting hold of tax information, business practices, and something, you know, the easiest cases to litigate in the court are paper cases. It's where it's all, you know, black and white. It's all accounting. It's right there. You can't spin it. You can't. It's like, nope, paper, written on paper. Here you go. So, but let's have a quick look. Safety of the Democratic leaders, the people who would dare question the Fuhrer. I don't feel like it needs to be a whole reading, like the whole, my overloaded Celtic cross. It feels like it's just safety of the Democratic leaders. Do they need to worry? I mean, they do have a lot of protection around them. They have very nimble protection. They have very nimble protection around them. Thank you, Roxana. Thank you. This is the garbage that Trump is spouting and coming in just day after day after day after day after day. And okay, well, basically I'm picking up on there are some crazies out there, but we know that. We know that. This is somebody believing the lies that are just ongoing, and it fueling Trump's reelection coffers. So what I'm getting is more. I'm getting them having quite nimble protection. I mean, because if you think about it, this guy is wearing armor, and he's bedazzled. But I'm seeing more. It's money going to Trump. But there are going to be the usual. Let me throw just a couple, like 2 or 3 more cards on that. But it feels like just the usual crazies. Unfortunately, people who, you know, their brains are misfiring. You know, they've been put under pressure, and something didn't, never quite worked right, or doesn't now, or unfortunately, they are among us. That's interesting. I know this is a hangman, but for some reason it feels like it just got, when I picked it up, it felt like it was upside down. It's not. Trump's victory, they went after Trump and tried to string him up, but he was protected and the emperor still stands. It's not going to, because they didn't remove Trump, because the impeachment didn't work, and Trump is still in office, that's actually works as a pressure valve to allow these other people to feel a little bit better, so not as many people going off the deep end, because they're not as frustrated or scared. Their dear leader is still in the White House. So that's actually going to help keep the Democrats a tiny bit safer. Oh boy, it is so sad I'm sitting here having to read on this. And I'm going to go an extra amount of time today. I'll go as long as I can. Because I just got totally hijacked by Kitty. So I want to make sure I help you guys as much as possible. And these are things I'd read on anyway, so. All right, the next question I have down here, somebody asked for, that resonated, I should read on that. Are journalists going to, bust a great big Trump story? Kitty for president. Yes. Well, these two, when he's grumpy, right now, he actually has gone to lie down. So, Schiff said it. He won't give up, and you know it. Closing argument. Lynn, you are absolutely correct. He's not. He's going to do that and worse. Give people a lot of rope. The bad people will hang themselves. The good people will not. It's hard. It's scary, but yeah. You want to see what somebody's really like? Give them power. So anyway, are journalists going to bust a huge Trump story? Something that, is it journalists? Is it, because, it could be that the financial stuff comes out through the government. Oh, buffering. Are we buffering? Okay, it stopped. All right. And our journalists, they're working. God bless them. I usually say, when I think of the divine, I think the divine. I don't usually say God, but boy, that it's a fitting expression. God bless them. God bless these people. And I'm seeing just furiously note-taking, gathering, searching, reading, like your eyes cross, and you need like eye drops and for dry eyes, and I mean, they're journalists. This is what they do, and especially investigative journalists. But they're working at a fevered, it's just a frenzy. They're working on it. They're working on it. And nobody really, I don't think anybody is really even believing at this point. It's like, okay, I'm going to write the one thing that's going to bring down, I'm going to have my All the President's Men, movie made about me. So, but they're still going to try. They're still going to try. All right. In the past, that's just them working their sources. Oh my gosh, this energy. I mean, trust me, they're people, they're journalists. We all know there are some journalists out there who are just nasty human beings, just nasty, just horrible. And they get into journalism or broadcasting or whatever. Oh, like broadcasting like Rush. He's not an investigator. He's not really a journalist, but you know what I mean. But this energy is so much nicer than reading on that Trump stuff. It's like, oh, these feel like people who just, they have dinner with their families and, what are you working on, honey? And just decent. Just decency. It's so, I could take a nap on these cards. They're so lovely. Face of the reading. Oh, TikTok. There's something out there. There's a lot out there, actually. And they know it. They know that information is out there about how Trump ran his business, about how he defrauded this, that, and the other, about how, I mean, he publicly said, or at least he said in a big meeting, he wants the ban against American companies giving bribes. He wants that removed. We know he projects. So, and the laws that foreign corrupt practices laws, those have teeth. Those have teeth. Anyway, base of the reading, they know it's out there. It's deciding what direction to dig. So I'm seeing like a big field, and it's like, all right, we know there's all this stuff buried, but where are we going to start? Yeah, just trying to decide which way to dig. Above the reading, we're not the only people worried. This is Trump's vindictiveness, his grudge, and he's the president, and this is America. So, near future, somebody who can't otherwise speak, or is choosing not to speak, because that's the thing. She could, even if with the blindfold on and what have you, she could actually just kind of wander off. She's not, but she's not in a great place, and she's definitely feels like she's in a swamp. But she has a message. She herself cannot speak, or doesn't want to come forward, but I'm just getting cannot speak. But she has a message. Oh, do tell us. Oh, do tell us more. Hang on, we'll get to that. Home environment. Yep, studying. Hopes and fears. Just trying to get the truth about the man, to actual proof of what he's like. What we see him as, he's the emperor. He's taken on that mantle. He is above us, above everyone. I was actually quite surprised this morning at the SS officers gathering that he was actually giving some credit to some other people. I mean, he did throw in the occasional, you wouldn't have this without me, but he actually gave some other people credit for his incredible corruption. I was surprised. At this point, I wasn't even sure he was physically capable of saying the words. But then again, he is the one in power. So, all right. This is someone with a message. And it does lead to an investigation, but this is Pelosi investigation, but it's quiet. It's very quiet. They keep it quiet. So they're still going to keep somebody with a message, and then it's open. So is this the so in the I'm trying to figure out how to word this. The best way to word this. Follow the money. I thought the thing about Trump was that he didn't, if Melania herself owns very little for all the money and all the stuff she's supposed to have. she actually, if you actually look at it on paper, he has kept her relatively, from at least what I know, relatively poor. Like if she leaves and he's not happy about it, she's not going to be in a great place, or at least it's nowhere near what she thinks she's going to get or what she's used to. But when I picked this up, this felt like putting some things in Melania's name to hide them. This kind of feels like Melania, but it's like they're hiding the secrets behind her, and then you have the Democrats investigating. But yeah, I'm getting that there are people going to this reading was about journalists, and I'm getting that people are going to journalists, especially people who don't feel like they can speak openly. So there's going to be, there are going to be fewer whistleblowers, but it also means people are more likely then to go to the press, because the press are actually doing a much better job of protecting their sources than Congress is doing at protecting whistleblowers. I just saw a flash by, I think the tied up woman is Kellyanne Conway? Kellyanne. Oh, she's giddy. She backed the right horse. She's insufferable. Everybody else is worried. But they try to take down the president. It doesn't work. It all just ends up, the fight ends up very dead. And then but they keep looking. They're going to keep trying to bring something to light. I was just checking to see if there's anything going on with Kellyanne right now. No. There's nothing going on with Kellyanne beyond the usual fights at home, and Kellyanne Conway seems totally bereft of shame. I agree. Lena thinks Kellyanne is a plant. She's working against Trump. I love Lena. But let me throw a few cards on that just quickly. And if I get something different, it doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean she's wrong, but maybe I get the same thing. Is Kellyanne Conway actually a plant? Is Kellyanne Conway actually working against Trump? She took on the partnership to work for Trump, to bludgeon and his enemies, and to, sending messages and messages and messages. And she made a fair chunk of money, and he's her gravy train. Didn't they buy like a $7 million house in Washington, D.C. or something? Let me see if I can get any more information. Her biggest thing is dealing with when Trump gets unhinged. It starts making a fool of himself, and her having to go out there and help. But she's made so much money. I'm not feeling plant. I'm not saying Lena's wrong. I think Lena's the bomb. I think she is awesome. Kellyanne works for Rebecca Mercer. She did, but she did, and that may be why she got involved with Trump. But this just feels like no. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think with Kellyanne at the moment, what you see is what you're getting. She's actually, she actually, she cooks up the Kool-Aid, daily Kool-Aid, for anybody who wants it. So, bleh. Okay, are they going to investigate Barr? Considering Bill Barr came out and Bill Barr, rather, sent a letter to the entire Department of Justice and said that no investigation of any politician, political party, political activist, or anything like that can be started without his express permission. So, are they going to investigate Barr? Are they going to, what's going on with Barr? And not just like, how is he, but like investigations about his own corruption. I've been getting this. If you're a regular viewer, sorry to repeat myself, but he is so wedded now to the idea of a unitary executive, basically a king, that the energy around him is literally, how dare you question the Fuhrer? How dare you? Anyone who would say anything, how dare you question the Fuhrer? That's what it feels like. You're following an idiot. Barr, you're following an idiot. In the past, he was out in the cold. You know, he had worked in the White House, I believe, and no, he had been the Attorney General. That was it, and before, but then he entered this period where he was not there. You know, he was out in the world, and he didn't like that. He wasn't getting attention. He wasn't getting, you know, wined and dined and go to the fancy restaurants and, you know, middle of the reading. These are, whoa, I've never had this reading for this before. I've never had this meaning come up for this card before. He's going around taking away the officers, their staffs, whatever. It's almost like, I'm not saying this is, he's in the Department of Justice, not the FBI, but it would be like going through the entire FBI and confiscating all of their guns. That's the center of this, but that's what he's trying to do in the Department of Justice. The base of the reading. This is a parade. This is a parade for how Trump sees himself. I mean, I'm looking at these two cards, and it feels like a propaganda film. Above the reading, he loves Trump. He loves Trump. He just loves everything he stands for. Loves what he's accomplished. Like, he just loves the guy. That's just what I'm getting. Your future. He's undermining investigations. It's not just what he said. There's other stuff he's doing to undermine any possible investigations. He's going to take away every bit of power he possibly can from the investigators. Home environment. He's masking it in this patina of, we're just being temperate and reasonable. Hopes and fears. Well, he's not worried about having to leave because Trump loves him. This is other stuff coming from overseas that he can't control. Stuff he can't control coming from out of the blue. That's what that is. What we see. discuss people fighting against Barr. Oh, hello. You're back. Did you have a nap? Did you sleep? I'll put this up here. Oh, good kitty. All right, final outcome. Ooh. I wonder if if there's this financial thing. Oh, sorry, Boo was and Kitty, Bailey Boo, he's trying to catch the snowflakes, but they're outside, sweetie. This is, hello, dear. This is strategy, but it's not working as well as he wants. This money is what's concerning me here. Like, is he being paid off somehow or something? I didn't think, because he is a true believer. He's not in this for the money. He's in this for the power. What is this Ace of Pentacles? Oh, this is being in the, it is about the power. It's about being in the inner circle. This is the card that comes up for me for Giuliani, with the inner circle. And yeah, you've got to clean up after your boss sometimes, but it will just keep, you know, I know that we make too, I know that there's complaints that we the resistance, we make too many Nazi jokes about the Trump administration. But I'm just telling you what I've got. I'm getting mental images of like goose stepping, like together, lockstep goose stepping. That if we just, there is this reward for following the Fuhrer. He wants the power. He wants to be in the inner circle, and everything that you get from that, and going around, you know, the Trump hotel and being feted and getting the expensive stuff and all this kind of stuff. But there's a problem. Do tell us about the problem, because if Barr's having a problem, it might be a good day in America. Oh, I've got to move this. The kitty pulled something up by accident. Good friend of mine, she there was a Boo was and Kitty, Bailey Boo was, he walked across, apparently I had Messenger open, he walked across the keyboard, and when I was trying to like do something about it, I accidentally hit the enter key. And so I sent my very good friend this just string of gibberish, and she immediately responded, "Hello, Boo Boo." "Hello, Kitty." It's like, oh, okay. She understands. Barr, what is this hanged man thing? He's going to need a lawyer. What? Oh, but he's going to go dirty. He's going to need a lawyer. I don't know what for. But he's going to be in a bad place. He's going to be stressed about it. He's going to need a lawyer. And the arguments are going to be really stupid. You know, like their arguments usually are. But he thinks he can just do the usual kind of political shenanigans, garbage behind the scenes, and get away with it, because that's the thing. They all think they're untouchable now. So, do you have your hand in a cookie jar? No, it's just for things he's done to protect Trump. There are things he's done to protect Trump that are going to get him in trouble. I don't know how serious trouble he's going to be in, but there are things he's doing which is a big no. there's going to be, yeah, there's going to be a lot of documentation against him when Trump goes, because this does feel like Trump's administration going down. And there's a whole lot of documents. And they, of course, we know that they're going to destroy documents like nobody's business. But destroying documents, if it's okay with you, I know you all have your questions, and you've been kind enough to share them with me. I'm wondering if it would be all right with you, because I have a thought in my head here. I want to know more about this. And what form is there anything more to know about the possibility of this Tower card hitting Trump world? So I'll move my cocoa over there, and I'm going to read on the possible downfall of the Trump administration. I mean, I know it seems dark now, but let's see what energy is surrounding it. As far as when goes, I'm sorry, Lynn, tarot's terrible with timing. I don't know what is about tarot, the power of it, the thought form. It's attached to the oracle energy. It's attached to on the other side, which is great. It's great at finding out information. It's fantastic at helping to reach into people's energies to figure out what people are, what their motivations are and things like that. But on the other side, they are really bad about time. Time. It's like use astrology or just they have no concept of time over there. It's all kind of like quantum mechanics, where it's like the effect shows up before cause, and and time's fractured and disjointed, and but anyway, tell us about this. That's a lawyer. Okay. I'm just getting lawyer. It's like, okay, lawyer. In the past, he's gone overseas to ask for help. Base of the reading. He's been worried, but then everybody sweeps things under the rug, like Barr, Barr and McConnell, and so above the reading. People battling against Trump right now, they feel like they're battling him with toothpicks. That's what that feels like. These feel like just little tiny toothpicks. And that's how, and Trump is so high up in this tower, so high up in his own head, so high up in potentially perhaps other parts of a human body, that he's what is the expression? He thinks he's looking down on God. Near future. In your future, this is an investigation going nowhere. Home environment. Oh yeah, he's going around gloating. I love to gloaty McGloaterson. Obnoxiousson. I know it doesn't quite fit, but hopes and fears. Yeah, Trump being the star, the center, and being around naked women. Ugh. Not naked women. Women are beautiful. I'm just him. But also for hopes and fears, the fears that the resistance, the Democrats retain some hope. That's the fear. What we see. It's all a lie. This is how he sees himself. This is how he projects himself, but we know it's not true. We know it's not true. This is not a photograph. This is not a drawing of Donald Trump, but this is how he sees himself. This is how he portrays himself. Final outcome. So what's going on with this tower? This is a card of movement, and it's moving. Something move. It's like there's an Okay. This way. There's an investigation, but it goes nowhere. But then it moves incredibly quickly. And there's a lot of evidence, but it doesn't break. It isn't like a bolt. It doesn't happen all at once. But it's creating I'm so sorry. It's creating an imbalance. Look, you've got this is very strong. So, you know, I need better information than that. Come on. Work with me here. Oh, man. I just got really clearly in my head that there are people crying today. Just crying about this situation, crying about he can't be stopped and he's a monster, and don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. That's Trump at Mar-a-Lago. It's like him retreating to Mar-a-Lago and gloating, whatever. That feels very strongly Democrats getting hold of Trump's tax returns. That's what that feels like. And that's very strong. There's another investigation that goes dead. Quick movement. It's going to take, once they get it, they've got to get forensic accountants together and stuff. But that's quite straightforward. The energy on that's quite straightforward. It's been a terrible 2 weeks, 3 years. And there's somebody wants to talk. It feels like a woman. But no, I'm getting don't specify the gender. It's like, okay. First it felt like a woman, but I'm being told, you know what I mean? You get kind of a feeling like a message, and it's like, don't specify the gender. Okay. There's somebody who, and then there's an appeal to this person. It's information that corroborates the information they already have. But this is they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. And the Democrats are not going to give up. And then that's really where you missed what I wrote after the but. Yeah, but there is a but. We're going to be okay. And I did miss it. I'm sorry. But this is really the message I want to leave you with today, is they're not giving up. This isn't over. And it seems hard. It seems dark. And I realize we're not in a literal shooting war, but believe me, There have been darker times in our country, and it is awful, and there are people suffering, but we're still fighting. We're still fighting, and the Democrats are still fighting in Congress, and Democrats all over the country are still fighting, and we're all going to vote. We're all going to vote, right? We're all going to vote, right? Right? Pointing at you. You're going to vote, right? And you know, we're still helping each other. We're still saying positive, you know, things, and just doing whatever we can to do the right thing, to help each other, to fight the good fight. And it's just hard, you know? So this is, you know, it feels like it's just howling at the moon. It's just chaos. It's just, you know, that we feel trapped and all this kind of stuff. But there's still movement. We're still moving. We're still moving. We're still moving forward. All right. And in Congress, they're definitely going to move forward. And don't forget, Nancy Pelosi is in charge. And Nancy Pelosi is, I'm so glad she's on our side, because personally, I think Nancy Pelosi, in the long run, will be remembered as making Mitch McConnell's strategies look like nice try. But anyway, I'm green voting blue. Thank you, Kathy. Vote blue no matter who. All right. I don't think anyone wants me around anymore. What? No. No. We're okay. You're okay. And help each other. And be kind. All right, so you guys hang in there. I hope that your day gets better. I guess I should go listen to the talking head, you know, rhetorical autopsy of Trump's SS meeting this morning. So, but hang in there, and I'm gonna have my cocoa. And I've got a little bit of a waffle around here somewhere I can finish. And I'm going to be back tomorrow. And I hope you're going to be back tomorrow. But, you know, whenever you can, stop in. And but also, before I go, thank you so much to our troll slayers. And Kathy W. There's a list. Texicana. Larry Girl, Sue Ellen, Ian, Linda, I've forgotten someone, sorry, my brain's getting quite tired, but thank you so much. You make this possible. Thank you so much. Keisha, thank you. Keisha's one of our troll slayers. Thank you. Sorry, like I said, brain not good. Brain tired. All right, guys, hang in there. I'm going to be back tomorrow. Same pumpkin time, same pumpkin channel, and hopefully with fewer kitty crazy, less kitty craziness. But hang in there. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, then thank you.